Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm telling you a story about an orphan boy, so let's start. The second story of Oliver Twist and a boat. For the next 8 or 10 months, with no female in the workhouse to provide nourishment, Oliver was brought up hungry and destitute. The parish authorities sent Oliver to a branch workhouse where 20 or 30 juvenile offenders were under the superintendence of an elderly female who received 7 pence halfpenny per small head per week. The elderly female appreciated the greater part of the weekly stipend to her own use and allotted a much smaller amount for the children. So Oliver Twist existed upon the smallest possible portion or the weakest possible food and was sickly from want, cold and neglect. The boat periodically visited the farm, informing about the visit a day before. The children were neat and clean when they sent. A pale Oliver Twist was locked with 2 other boys in the coal cellar for his 9th birthday for having quarrelled. Mrs. Mann, the good lady of the house, was unexpectedly startled by the beadle. Mr. Bumble arrived. She quickly instructed Suzanne to unlock and watch the boys before opening the gate for him. "Eh, Mr. Bumble, how glad I am to see you," said Mr. Mann. "Do you think this is respectful, Mr. Mann?" inquired Mr. Bumble, grasping her cane. "To keep the parish officers waiting at the gate. Are you aware, Mr. Mann, that you are a parochial delegate and a stipendiary?" Applauding, Mr. Mann ushered the beadle into a small parlor and offered him game. "And now I've got business," said the beadle, taking out a leather pocketbook. "The child that was half baptized, Oliver Twist, is 9-year-old today, and we have never been able to discover who his father was." Mr. Mann raised her hands in astonishment. "How does he have a name then?" "We name our children in alphabetical order. The last was S. Swibble. I named him. This was T. Twist. I named him." "Why, you are a quite literacy character, sir," said Mrs. Mann. He finished the drink and added, "The board has determined to have him back into the house. I have come myself to take him there, so let me see him at once." Oliver, having been scrubbed off in one washing, was led into the room by his benevolent protectress. "Bow to the gentleman, Oliver," said Mrs. Mann. "Will you go along with me, Oliver?" said Mr. Bumble in a majestic voice. Oliver saw Mrs. Mann behind the beadle's chair, shaking her fist at him furiously. "Will she go with me?" inquired poor Oliver. "No, she can't," replied Mr. Bumble, "but she will come and see you sometimes." Oliver was led away by Mr. Bumble from the wretched home, and he should have been happy, yet he burst into tears, leaving the only friends he had never known. A sense of loneliness sank into the child's heart for the first time. Mr. Bumble led him into a large white washroom where 8 or 10 fat gentlemen were sitting round a table. Oliver brushed away the tears that lingered in his eyes and bowed. "What's your name, boy?" said the gentleman in a high chair. In a very low and hesitating voice, he told his name. "Boy," said the gentleman in the high chair, "listen to me. You know you are an orphan, I suppose." "What's that, sir?" inquired poor Oliver. "Hush," said the gentleman who had spoken first. "You know we have got no father or mother, and that you were brought up by the parish, don't you?" "Yes, sir," replied Oliver, weeping bitterly. "Why are you crying for?" inquired the gentleman in the white waistcoat. "Well, you have come here to be educated and taught your useful trade," said the red-faced gentleman in the high chair. Oliver was then hurried away to a large where on a rough, hard bed he sobbed himself to sleep. The room in which the boys were fed was a large stone wall, where the master, assisted by 1 or 2 women, ladled the grill at meal times. The bowls were never washed. Oliver Twist and his companions suffered slow starvation for 3 months. The boys discussed, and it was decided that someone should ask for more, and it fell to Oliver Twist. Oliver did ask for more, and the consequence was dreadful. He was ordered into instant confinement and a bill was next morning pasted on the outside the gate, offering a reward of 5 pounds to anybody who wanted Oliver Twist as an apprentice to any trade, business, or calling.